Hey, I'm Mitch. I'm from USQ in Toowoomba, one of the Catholic campuses we have. I did a couple of years of Bible college in my very early 20s, like when I was 20, 21. I didn't become a Christian, like properly committed Christian, until I was about 19. I thought I wanted to find out more. And two of my favourite subjects at Bible college were the two evangelism ones I did. And I actually got to do them with a guy called Dave Benson, who's probably one of the best evangelists. He's written a heap of books. And so I got to actually go out with him and do evangelism in pubs and stuff like that, which was really cool. At mid-year conference last year for Queensland, we got to go down to Surfers Paradise for half a day and just to share the gospel with people. And it was set up so for half the time people were playing games on the beach and half the time you were walking around in groups evangelizing. And we were playing volleyball down on the beach, and a young lady with early 20s came and started playing with us. And a few of the girls tried to start a conversation with her, and she sort of wasn't too interested in talking about Christianity or spirituality. She sort of just brushed them off. And the time was coming to a close, and one of the missionaries said to me, "Mitch, I think you need to go try. You're a little bit more forceful than the girls. You won't let her brush it off quite so easy." So I sat down with her and just asked her what she believed in, and she started telling me about how she'd tried a heap of different religions, and in the end she'd come to a place where she'd kind of taken 80% of Buddhism and mixed it with 20% of Hinduism, and she thought she was pretty set in life. So we probably talked for about an hour and a half. I told her a bit about my story, and she told me a bit about hers. And at the end of it, I was like, "Oh, I've got to go. The bus is going to leave without me." And she was like, "This is really interesting. Can we keep talking sometime?" So I gave her my Facebook details. And I was like, "Oh yeah, she'll never add me. She's just saying that to, make me feel better about having a conversation." And a few days later, I got a request on Facebook, and she was like, "Oh, so I was wondering if we could have the conversation and, continue it." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Just, what do you want to know?" And she saw the message on Facebook, but it was about 2-3 weeks after that she actually replied. And she said then, she's like, "When we were on the beach, we were talking about a little book that you had." She was like, "The KGP or something." I'm like, "Yeah, Knowing God Personally." And she's like, "Oh, is there any way you could share it with me on the internet?" And so I just sort of went through the main points with her, and we kept in contact, and every 3 or 4 weeks she'd send me another question, ask me something else. And so that was 12 months ago, and she messaged me just before I came to this national media conference and said, "Oh, I went to church with my friend for the first time a couple of weeks ago." She's like, "I don't think it's quite so crazy anymore. I'm not there yet, but I think there might be some validity," which was really cool to see. You don't often get to see, especially if someone's from another country, what happens in the long term. So that was really awesome.